Good morning, my name is Bill King and I'm the planning operations for the Rocky Mountain Type 1 Incident Management Team. I'm here to give you the morning briefing for the Bald Mountain Fire on 9/17. We made a lot of good success yesterday. I'll start down here at the bottom in Division Kilo. They were continuing burn operations on the Santaquin Road, and they've tied into the Nebo Loop Road, and they're continuing to work down towards the Pole Creek Fire in Division Zulu. So real good success. They're getting good depth and really getting a good anchor point for us to get around this thing and lock some fire in there where we don't have to worry about this bottom section later on. I'm coming over to Division Alpha. This fire for the last few days has been hung up in some real rocky, steep country. So really it hasn't been moving at all. We are putting in some contingency line right now, which is from the Santaquin Canyon Road. We're putting some dozer line where we have opportunities to along the forest and private boundary here to the wilderness boundary, and also looking for some opportunities to put dozer line around the wilderness and up the Pole Creek Road up in here. We're just using this as a contingency plan in case this fire does decide to move and come out of there. But right now, this is just a contingency plan line in case the fire comes out. We have an opportunity to do some firing if the fire decides to move. Up in Division Delta here, we had a lot of good success yesterday of hand line on the Payson Canyon Road along the pipeline. We got dozer line all the way down to the Santaquin Canyon Road. So dozer line is in place, hand line is in place. And again, this is a contingency plan. We are prepping this road not only with dozer line, but clearing the fuels out from that in case we need to fire this out. This is not our primary job here, is to fire this out, but in case this fire does move out, we have an opportunity as a contingency plan to fire it, to keep it from threatening the communities of Santaquin, Elk Ridge, and communities. This fire has really been hung up here, and we just found out today that we have opportunities to put retardant up in here, utilizing retardant and buckets from helicopters, and getting crews up in here to go direct up in here. So that would give us an opportunity to keep the fire hung up here high, and then we can use this line as a contingency line in case the fire does decide to come out. We can fire this off, protecting these communities. In Division Juliet, it's kind of the same thing. They got dozer line all the way up here to the Dream Mine, and they're continuing to put dozer line up here by the windmills. The reason for this line is just a contingency line also. This fire is continuing to back a little bit, but it's took up most of the available fuels, and there's not a lot of opportunity for this fire to come out. It's changing fuel transitions, but we're putting this line in case it does decide to do something unwanted fire, and then we can fire this out in protection of the communities of Woodland Hills and Elk Creek or Elk Mountain. This is again a contingency line. So everything's looking really good. Fire's kind of been holding in place, not much movement. We're just putting all these lines in for a contingency, a backup plan in case this fire decides to make a move, and we can fire some of this out where we need to protect the communities and the values that we have at risk. A little bit of briefing on the Pole Creek fire. Yesterday, this fire did bump across Highway 6 to the north of Highway 6. They did have to shut down the highway again. It did threaten some values at risk up here. So right now they're formulating a new plan between north of Highway 6. Tango and Zulu operations are normal. They're doing some indirect line in case we have to do some firing. They have to do some firing down in here. Not much movement down here whatsoever.